Well, howdy, and welcome to Conversations with Coyotes. My name is Bravado, I am a coyote, and this is The Conversation. Recently, I was talking to a friend about our respective weekends, and he was lamenting not getting any of the projects done that he had hoped. And boy, do I get this, because it's rare for me to look back and feel good about my level of productivity over really any period of time. He summed it up by saying he felt useless, and that hit me hard because, again, I feel that with every fiber of my being, and it's a stark reminder of how much value we place in our ability to produce. And I don't mean just with regards to the things that make us money, I mean the things that we make for fun, to share with folks for no real reason other than because there's something that we're even a little bit excited about. Whether it's a hashtag Fursuit Friday post, or a silly video, or a drawing of you about to eat a friend, it's the stuff that social media is built on, which makes it so fun and so exhausting at the same time. I hate to blame this all on the internet, but there's no other mechanism that's made it so easy or so compulsory for all of us to put on this continuous facade of perfection and productivity. We're at a point where it's difficult to experience anything without also feeling obligated to produce it into some sort of shareable package, often at the expense of the experience itself. And it's a double-edged sword because not only are we making things harder on ourselves by adding this sort of overhead to our lives, we're perpetuating the need to keep doing so, giving anyone who follows us the impression that they need to step up their game for fear of being seen as inadequate. But unless the internet collapses in on itself, this ain't gonna stop anytime soon, which means that we need to take measures to deal with it ourselves. First, you gotta recognize social media for what it is, a highlight reel. When you boil it down, it's just millions, well, billions, of people putting their funniest, most creative, productive, attractive, kindest, most interesting foot forward, but simultaneously, so it becomes this sort of giant monster that crushes you under its weight of relentless perfection. If you can break it back apart and remind yourself that these are all just singular folks excited to share their little victories, and remember that sometimes yours are among those victories, well, that's a small step. And while it's true that people will judge you based on what you produce, what they're probably not doing is paying much attention to those spaces in between. There's so much happening at any given moment that we are all so caught up in our own worries, and we simply don't have the bandwidth to notice what somebody is not making. Which means, even if it doesn't feel like it, there is slack, so you can take a break and recalibrate when you need to. Part of taking a break, though, is having other things to focus on. They don't have to be strictly creative or even productive, as long as you have something to occupy your time. If your life revolves around a singular passion that you suddenly find yourself burnt out on, that means you'll feel like you're failing at 100% of the things that you care about. Being able to diversify means that even if one particular pursuit isn't clicking for you, you have others that you can enjoy and put energy toward until that spark reignites. And if you don't already, consider exploring other genres of hobbies, because they have the ability to get you into a completely different headspace. I think we often get frustrated when there's a problem we don't feel is solvable, whether tangible or not, and doing something totally unrelated can help us reach solutions in weird, roundabout ways. As most of these conversations tend to be, this is a reminder as much for me as it is for y'all, because I'm certainly guilty of falling into this mindset that downtime equals failure. It doesn't, and it's crucial to have that balance, but also so difficult to adhere to when you can see the rest of the world move along without you. And on that note, things will be a little quiet here for a bit. I'll still be around on Twitter, but my pre-TFF to-do list is somewhat panic-inducing at the moment, so I hope you'll understand. And one of the things on that to-do list is the panel I'm running at Texas Furry Fiesta, so if you're going, I hope you'll attend. It'll basically be this, but in real life. I'll talk about some of the meta around this whole thing I've been doing, and then there'll be a Q&A session where you can watch me struggle to give you any sort of useful advice in real time. And if that's not enough, I have these stickers, so, I've got the bribery angle covered. I hope you'll come check it out, and as usual, thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all later.